Hello and welcome once again to Inside Coshocton. I'm Kirby Hasseman on location at Coshocton Hospital. On this edition of Inside Coshocton, we take a look at a manufacturing company here in Coshocton County that is thriving by finding its niche. We take a look back at a busy month of March. It was also MRDD month, and we'll show you some of those highlights. And of course, we get you ready for all of the exciting events coming up here in Coshocton County. All this and so much more. We'll be right back. Welcome back. It's Inside Coshocton once again, and I'm Kirby Hasseman on location at Coshocton Hospital. Each month we take a look back at the busy month that was in Coshocton County, and March, of course, was no different. Let's take a look. Welcome back once again to Inside Coshocton. I'm Kirby Hasseman. Each month we feature a different company here in Coshocton County, and this month we take a look at a manufacturing company that is thriving by finding niches. It's Jones Metal Company. Let's take a look inside.
This is our 85th anniversary year. We started in 1923. Marion's grandfather, Frank Jones, started the company back then, and Ed Mulligan took over, I think, in the early 40s, 42. And now Marion Mulligan Sutton is the current chairperson. We have three companies under one corporation. There's Jones Metal that does a lot of deep draw metal forming, Jones Xylon. It's kind of funny, but they specialize in reusable plastic dinnerware for correctional facilities, so it's good if you haven't used our products there. And the third company is ProBell, which they do racing products for drag racers. Mainly right now, Bell Housings is where they've gotten their start. The company as a whole is doing really well. We had a great 07. In 2008, the metal forming division continues to do pretty well. We're mainly following the aerospace industry, which is doing extremely well. Right now, that's 40% of our business. We also involved in locomotive, which is doing well. Medical, we make a lot of orthopedic containers for Cardinal. It's a pretty big customer for us. Cookware, we do All-Clad, which many of you might have seen in Williams and Sonoma stores. The biggest thing, and again, you do have to operate in niches because you have China always knocking on the door. There's a lot of competition here in the U.S., a lot of good manufacturing companies. Our niche here is definitely deep draw hydroforming. There's 712 hydroform machines in existence. They were mainly produced back in the 50s and 60s. We bought our first one, I think, in the early 50s. Today we have 11 total hydroform machines. We're probably the largest contract manufacturer in the United States, well actually in the world probably, that does deep draw hydroforming. A lot of what I've seen in Coshocton County as a whole is you have a lot of good quality people who still understand, what it takes to be successful, and that's hard work. We have a lot of dedicated people, and what is changing and what our people are understanding is you have to grow in your skill level. So we have a lot of people who are very teachable, who want to grow in their position, who have received a lot of training, but also have the ability to grow. And in the past 6 years, it was almost like the employees not so much said this verbally, but through their actions said, China's not going to get my job, and the U.S. competitors aren't going to get my job, because I've seen our employees really step up. And I know other companies in the U.S., the ones that are successful, are all working together in creating that kind of environment, and I think that makes the biggest difference. I think U.S. manufacturing does have a future. You have to stick to the niches, you have to know where you're going and plan for it, but you also need employees that change with the times, and that's definitely what's happening here.
When we come back, make sure you have your pen and your calendar ready. We're going to get you set for a big springtime and summer worth of events here in Coshocton County. We'll be right back. Inside Coshocton is generously sponsored by the Coshocton County Chamber of Commerce, the Convention and Visitors Bureau, and the Coshocton Port Authority. We spoke with Carol Remington about upcoming events and updates from the Chamber of Commerce.
We just finished our annual auction, the 26th annual chamber auction. It was very successful. We are all totally online now, and it works very well for us. We know that there are people who kind of miss the one-on-one and the personal thing, but for us it really does work very, very well, and we think that we are making it possible for everyone to be able to participate in it. Coshocton County Chamber of Commerce sponsors the longest running hot air balloon festival in the state of Ohio. It is scheduled for June 6th, 7th, and 8th this year. It we hope, is going to be one of our best. The Friday night entertainment is once again the Average White Broads, which was very successful last year, and the Saturday night entertainment is Phil Dirt and the Dozers, and we think they have a huge following here in this part of the state of Ohio, so we think that will really draw people from all over the place. The sponsorship is going very well for that. We once again are being sponsored. Our major sponsor is Frontier Power, Touchstone Energy Cooperative. They are very generous, not only with their sponsorship dollars, but with their employees who work really hard all weekend long for the Balloon Festival.
Now it's time to mark your calendar. Here are some activities coming up in Coshocton County. Well, that wraps up another edition of Inside Coshocton. As always, I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, this is Kirby Hasseman on location at the hospital, and I'm encouraging you to help make Coshocton County a better place.